So welcome to TZ Calisthenics. So today's guest is SHEM LUCHIRI.
Yeah.
And SHEM LUCHIRI, today the interview is going to be about Myasthenia Gravis.
That's it.
Yep. And we're going to talk about basically MG and sports therapy, right?
Okay.
And how sports can be used as a recovery for MG. So many of us don't know about MG, so we have here SHEM. So SHEM is going to talk about MG. SHEM is a cyclist, and he's going to tell us his progress from the time he was diagnosed about 2018 up to now. So karibu SHEM.
Asante sana.
Karibu TZ Calisthenics.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you for having me.
So this is a very elite studio.
I can see that.
And by any chance, Luchiri, people will ask, Luchiri, Wajakoya,
no affiliation, nothing.
Cousin.
No connection that I know of.
Yeah. So anyway, before to answer, SHEM, can you just tell us about who's SHEM LUCHIRI? Right? People want to know who SHEM LUCHIRI is. Just brief about yourself.
Okay. Okay, my name is SHEM LUCHIRI. I'm an IT professional, so major in IT security, IT audit, and a father to a beautiful girl who's 7 years old called Aima.
Aima.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Great, SHEM. So the reason you're here is because I heard your story. We were cycling together the other day to Nakuru. So there was this event that you guys organize every year. So that was a 3rd annual event.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. So I just came as a cyclist. But I was happy to know you, to meet you, and to know about this MG awareness through cycling. And after I heard your story briefly, I said, nah, the world has to know about this, and I have to interview you. And thanks for coming.
Thank you
for honoring my small request, my humble request, but it's for the people. So tell us, what is this? Because I can't pronounce it very well.
You are pronouncing it very well.
So I'll have to say MG, Myasthenia Gravis. Okay. What is MG?
I just keep it short. Myasthenia Gravis is a chronic autoimmune condition, a chronic autoimmune neuromuscular condition that affects the skeletal muscles. So basically it makes your limbs, your hands, your facial muscles, throat muscles, it just makes them weak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Skeletal muscles, you say?
Skeletal muscles.
So those are your limbs, your legs.
Yeah.
So it makes them weak. Yeah. So how did you come to, how are you diagnosed? How did you know that you had MG?
First, what happened was obviously I was going to work one day. Then I was going to work, the kind of me split into 2. And I knew, oh snap, there's something wrong over here. So
split into 2, you're seeing double vision.
I'm seeing double vision now. I've never had it before, so I didn't know what experiencing. Yeah, so after that I went to the ophthalmologist obviously to have a check. She prescribed some glasses, but that was not the issue. Obviously there's something else.
Because when you see double vision, you'll think it's the eyes.
You think it's the eyes, naturally I think it's the eyes, but there was something else going on. So after going up and down with different specialists, I finally got to know what I had through a neurologist at Advocacy. He's only told me the condition that I had, which was myasthenia gravis.
And that, I can imagine, that took a while.
It took a while. It took a while. It took a couple of months, maybe like, let's say 6 months to get the actual diagnosis. Yeah, the correct diagnosis.
Yes. So 6 months you're in and out, wondering what's wrong with you. So the vision came back after the incident.
What happened, like during that duration, because obviously I had a really bad thing with that double vision. I was actually wearing a patch. Yeah, I was actually wearing, like a pirate. I had a pirate patch
because you're seeing 2, so you had to stop.
Yeah, I had to stop.
It's like you're aiming.
Yeah. So what I used to do with those patches, I used to interchange them so that the eyes don't get tired. So one eye doesn't get tired.
Wow.
So let's say for an hour, I use it on one eye. Then I switch, I use another eye, so both of them don't get tired. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy. And this happened during your adulthood, so I don't know what was going on through your mind. Were you thinking this is permanent? This is me now, going forward?
At that point, I didn't know. Yeah, because again, I'd never heard of this condition. Yeah. So, and there's no one in my family who has this condition. Even looking back at the history.
Yeah.
There's obviously diabetes and stuff, but there's no myasthenia gravis. I think I'm the first one to have that. So yeah. It was a battle. It's a day by day thing. I just take it day by day. That's all I can say.
You don't even, whatever is happening to you, you don't even know.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's MG. And so in that regard, so you got your diagnosis after 6 months. So the you said the neurosurgeon,
the neurologist,
yeah, just saw you and immediately they knew, that you had this condition.
But I had to do a couple of tests just to make sure.
Yeah.
Don't ask about those tests. I forgot the names, but
previously, you're telling me you used to get an injection every month.
Yeah, I used to get every week. Every week, I used to go to, because one of the ophthalmologists thought that I was deficient in vitamin B. Yeah, so I used to get vitamin B injections every week at AR in Sarit. Yeah.
Okay, so for the injection lovers, anyway, no one is a lover of injections, but yeah. Great. So after your diagnosis, of course, there's medication.
Yes, there is.
Right, and with MG, you have to undergo a surgery.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Okay. But for me, what happened was, the doc gave me options, yeah? Because he told me this thing it's a chronic illness, which means you just have it all through. So the way you can manage it, you can either be on meds, basically that's it, you'll be on meds for the rest of your life, or we can also do this surgery, which will help with the remission of myasthenia gravis, with the symptoms. And at that point, mine was really bad. Yeah, like I'd put my hand up, it just falls down by itself. Yeah, so I couldn't lift my girl. Yeah, I couldn't lift. So that was really sad. So
she was wondering what's happening.
Yeah.
She's coming, jumping at you, and you can't lift.
Dad can't carry her. Dad can't do anything. So after, like, the doc gave me like a week. Yeah, to just think about the decision whether to go for
surgery or the meds,
or stick on the meds.
Yeah,
the meds were helping. Yeah, but I didn't want to be on meds all my life.
And the surgery that's risk about the surgery.
Surgery is risk again, because it's 50-50. Yeah, you're going under the knife. You don't know what's going to happen. The gland they're going to remove just sits outside your heart.
What's the gland?
It's called thymus. The thymus gland. So basically, what normally happens when you're young, the thymus gland is the one that produces the antibodies to fight off infections and stuff like that. Yeah. But as you grow older, the thymus is supposed to shrink. Because it's your bone marrow now which produces the cells that need to fight like infections and stuff like that. So I think in my particular instance, it was still there. So that's why they had to remove it. Yeah,
it sits right here.
Yeah, just in front of that.
Wow. And how much is that?
Like in terms of
cost, how much is
cost? It's expensive. So again, it depends on which hospital you go to. Yeah, because different hospitals are quote you.
Surgery. It's expensive for sure. So, and with the medication, are there side effects with the medication?
Yes, there are. Initially, I was on before I did the surgery, I was on steroids. Yeah. So and with steroids, it's known for weight gain. So you gain a lot of weight.
Yes.
It gives you mood swings.
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes you get pissed off. Guys are like, "Why is this guy pissed off?" And it's not.
Yeah.
It's the medication. It's not you. That's what guys need to understand as well. So I didn't like that part. Yeah. What was doing, how it was affecting me.
Yes.
That's why I opted to go for the surgery. Yeah. Like you said, the surgery again, it costs. Let's just say like 700,000.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So then after the surgery, the effects. No, as you said, you lift your hand and your hand just
drops by itself.
Drops.
Yeah.
And experiencing that, I mean, before the diagnosis, or even during the diagnosis, were you thinking? I mean, I can imagine what was going on through your head. Were there like depressive thoughts? Were there like, because you were active in sports before.
Very active.
So you can imagine you can't shower maybe properly.
Yeah. So again, like I said, during that time, especially now after the surgery, there's some things I couldn't do because obviously you still have a wound in your chest. You're still healing, as they're saying. Sharing was an issue. Yeah.
How long is the healing process?
The healing, it took a while. Yeah. For me, let me just say it took a while, but I'd say a couple of months, even longer, because you feel it in the chest when you move. Yeah, like when I turn a bit, I can hear cracks. So
a couple of months. By saying a couple of months, meaning a couple of months without motion, or a couple of months
without motion. Okay, without motion, I'll just say it's one. Yeah. Reason being, again,
bedridden for a month.
For 1 month. Reason I'm saying that again, because again the chest needs to heal.
Yeah.
With minimal movement. Yeah.
Yes.
So even like for me, I couldn't sleep on a flat bed. Because when you sleep on a flat bed, your chest opens up.
You sleep while sitting.
I slept while sitting for 1 month.
Like those burials we see. People are buried sitting
down.
Yeah.
Okay. So I slept a lazy boy for a month because I couldn't sleep flat. So I had to sleep on a chair for 1 month. Yeah. Until obviously it just healed.
Yeah. I mean, that's why we're here. We need to know about this.
Yeah.
And I'm sure during that healing process, I mean, you asked around. Like, maybe there's an association somewhere. Maybe there are people who have MG somewhere that you need to connect with also. Or maybe you're alone. Maybe you're the first person who's, I mean, people don't know what you have. So I'm sure there was that process also during.
Just to pick up on that, that's reason how I did the surgery is because I met someone who had done the surgery who had MG. There's a friend of mine who linked us up together. I don't know how he found out. I forgot how he found out the story about the other girl who had MG. Linked us up. And then I told her, okay, she understood what I was going through. And she had also gone through the surgery. So I also told her I'm considering this surgery.
The surgery.
What do you think? She told me how she did it. And it helped her. So I think that gave me confidence.
No, you're lucky. You had someone. You had a reference.
Yeah, the reference.
Yes. So you're like, okay, if she's okay, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
If you didn't have a reference, then that's another story. Because you're going into the chamber and you don't know.
It's true.
You don't know if you're gonna come out burnt or alive or And
just to add on that, when I did the surgery, I was in HDU for one week because my lungs are failing.
So I knew that.
Yeah.
And you're aware.
Of course, that time you're not sure, but you're plugged into so many things. You're like, what the heck is going on? Yeah. But when you see, okay, things are thick. But yeah, we pulled through.
You're glad about the medics?
Yeah.
It really helped you. I mean, you're punctured everywhere.
They punctured everywhere, man. Holes. Yeah, because that time during HDU, because I think there was water in my lungs, so that had to be drained off. So yeah, I was in HDU for 1 week. All the water drained. They stitched me up when I was out. Yeah. After that,
you're thinking maybe you'll need aid for breathing. After, I don't know, because
at that time,
being in HDU for a week, so that's costly.
It is costly, and again, because your lungs are not functioning well.
Yes.
So you find that obviously sometimes you're on oxygen, you're in the oxygen mask, just to get oxygen. And funny enough, when you're in there, you don't know what's going on. You feel like you're okay.
Yes.
But the doctors, they come, they look at the machines, are like, man, this guy needs oxygen. I'm like, what do you mean? And I'm fine. So yeah, I think they knew what they're doing. Yeah.
No, scary stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so now the thymectomy is done.
Yeah.
The surgery is done.
Yeah.
You're okay. You're good to go. 4 months road to recovery. So how's your life now after the surgery till now? I mean, there are meds that you take. There are meds out there that people need to know.
Yeah. With this condition, as in for every individual, it's different. Yeah. How myasthenia gravis affects me might not be necessarily the same way it will affect somebody else. Or what works for me won't necessarily work for somebody else. Good. So the meds I'm currently on, it's called rituximab. It's like a biological rituximab. Yeah. It's some form of therapy. I'll just say it's a chemical or biological therapy. what it does, it reduces the amount of B cells in my system.
B cells.
What fights off infections.
Okay.
Like I said,
okay,
with myasthenia, my body is producing a lot of it.
Yeah.
So the rituximab, it lowers it down.
Okay.
But in lowering it down, it also leaves me open to infections, easy to get infection. That's why
so the balance. You have to find a balance somewhere.
It's a delicate balance. That's why you won't find me around someone who cough. If somebody is coughing, I'm out of there, man.
Yes.
You won't find me next to someone coughing, whatever. So yeah.
COVID was a crazy experience for you now.
Crazy.
No, I mean,
staying away from people.
For everyone is crazy.
Yeah.
And but for some of us, because we don't have any condition.
Yeah.
And again, remember, COVID was affecting people with prior conditions.
Yeah.
So you were, I'm sure, you're like, it hit you differently from like some of us.
It did. But yeah, but we still, pulled through. I didn't get it, so yeah.
No, nasemangu unasawingi saa zingine uchungu, you know, once you pass through some pain, you forget. You're like, it was okay, but now it was okay. It was really crazy, as you said, because of the flu.
Yeah.
Okay, just to piggyback, the MG, your body fights itself.
Yeah.
So it produces antibodies and it thinks that you're under attack.
Yes.
Which you're not.
Yes.
So there's a falsehood. So your body thinks you're infected and you're not.
Yes.
Right? And that's now how your limbs and your nerve and your muscles get affected.
It's fighting that junction. Yeah. That's the neuromuscular junction. Yeah.
Yes.
Where the nerves hits the muscles.
Yeah.
That's where it's attacking.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
So basically the brain is sending a message.
Yeah.
And it's not getting there.
For most of the people, it starts with the eyes.
Yeah.
The eyes drool.
They droop.
Yeah. So they go down.
Yeah.
And again, lifting them up is also a problem.
It's very hard.
Okay. So you can sleep like this also.
Yeah.
with your eyes half open. Because closing them is also not possible.
Yeah.
Right? And opening, so both ways.
Yeah.
So others, it's eyes.
Everyone is different. It starts with the eyes. Symptoms like with the eyes. What else? Swallowing becomes a problem. That's also when I knew I had a problem. This one time I was having dinner, I was trying to swallow and the food wasn't going down. That's when I knew.
I can't imagine what that is. I don't even know.
Because you're so used to it.
Yeah,
you just chew and it goes down.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's a process.
I don't know.
It is a process. Yeah. So that one for me, that's also one of the symptoms.
The chewing
was
is
hard.
An issue.
Chewing was hard. Swallowing was an issue.
Eyes. The breathing, you say it.
The breathing. This was after I did the surgery.
Okay.
Yeah, because I had to relearn how to breathe as well.
Okay.
Because my lung capacity from the surgery, my lung capacity had gone down. Yeah, so I had to learn how to breathe again.
Yeah, I can imagine you're walking and your eyes are like this. Your boss is looking at you and you're like, he doesn't know. I mean, are you drunk? Are you tired? Are you hungover? With your eyes, and you don't know because you don't know. You don't know
because you're not seeing yourself.
Yes, you're not seeing yourself.
Yeah.
Those are the things. Great. So we've talked about that. We've talked about rituximab, the drug that you take, and you take it
every 6 months for me.
Every 6 months.
Every 6 months.
And it's a tablet?
No, IV. So basically, I have to check into Aga Khan, go to the chemo ward. It's because also cancer patients get the same medicine.
So I'm even stretching.
But you're used to it. You know, when you come used to something, it's like second nature. So So go to the chemo ward. They put you in IV. It lasts, for me, it takes like 6 hours, I think. The first round, the first time I did it, that's when cost come into play. The first time I did it, it cost me 1 million. Yeah.
1 million.
1 million. Because every session the first time I did four sessions every week, and that was 250,000 a session.
Yes. So that's 1 million.
That's 1 million.
Then after
that was 1 month. Now it gets prolonged. Like for me right now, it's every half a year now.
Half a year now.
Yeah.
Okay, depending on your recovery.
Are
you ever going to get off rituximab?
I think, for me it's a prayer, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah, but because the body can just decide to reset itself, you never know. Yeah. Because again, the body is something else. It can do its own thing. So
yes, clearly.
Yeah. So
good and bad.
Good and bad. So for me personally, I'm just hoping I go into remission. But till that happens, we'll be.
We're hopeful. Yeah. And you're doing well.
Yeah.
So, okay. Are there any other forms of medication other than rituximab?
There are, again, like I mentioned, steroids. You can take the steroids. Prednisolone, and there's also another one called mestinone. So what they do there is they suppress the immune system. Yeah. Same thing as rituximab, but for me, I find rituximab works better in my case than the medication. Some who rely on the medication. For me, it's
because it's about the effects.
It's about the effects.
Yeah. For you, the steroids are making you hyper, angry, all the normal things, mood swings, weight gain,
and all that. I didn't like that. So for me, I found that rituximab works for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say I'm at the gym with someone who's taking steroids and doing bench presses and everything. I'm thinking I'm actually, competing with a normal guy. But anyway, that's another story. So MG, we've heard of MG. Some people will ask, okay, MG, what's the difference between MG and these other autoimmune diseases, like, for example, sclerosis? Or whichever that they're out there. And for others who are maybe, having similar symptoms, what's the difference between the multiple sclerosis, first of all, and MG? I know you're not a doc, but
well, we can try. We can try. I think like with MG, it's a neuromuscular disorder.
Neuromuscular disorder. Yes.
And it's characterized by the breakdown of communication between the nerves and the muscle.
Yes.
That's MG.
Yes.
With multiple sclerosis, that's a neurological disorder. It's a neurological disorder.
So no muscle anyway.
Characterized by, I think, the degeneration of the nerves. Of the nerves. So that's totally different.
Central nervous system.
Yeah, that's the nerves.
Yes.
Whereby for myasthenia gravis, it's neuromuscular. Yeah.
Got you. Okay, so very different from all these other, we say non-motor, whatever, neuro diseases.
It's different.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Now, since this is a sports-related interview, right now I go to things that I like talking about,
the good stuff.
So, how's your life before MG, as a sports person, as a sports enthusiast, and how's your life after MG? Were there things you had to adjust? Tell us about your activities before and activities after.
Before MG, I was really active in sports. That time I played basketball, went to the gym 3 times a week, played basketball I think 2 times a week. I used to go run Karura on the weekends, 10 km. I was really active. I was
every day breaking sweat.
Every day breaking sweat. And I
1 hour every day, 2 hours.
I'm telling you, 1 hour, 2 hours every day. And I thought, honestly, that time I thought I was invincible. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. That's how it was at that time. And then when MG hit, obviously,
the literal S on your chest.
For sure.
Not a thymus gland.
No, it was S for SHEM.
S for SHEM.
But when MG hit, all that went out the window, because I didn't have, like, for basketball, I didn't have energy. I had no energy to run. I couldn't shoot the basketball. There's no energy. I couldn't even shoot the ball. I stopped gym altogether. Because I didn't have the strength to do gym. And then now,
so you stopped the things that you love doing, the things that you're doing every day.
I stopped doing all of them. So, and then when COVID hit, before COVID hit, I was trying to get back to the gym. I just signed up. I just signed up for the gym again.
It's like a year after.
A
year after your diagnosis. A year after your treatment.
2020. This is 2019. 2 years after, I think.
2 years after.
So I said, let me try. Let me go back to the gym and see.
So 2 years of no activity. Can you imagine how those 2 years were?
Yeah, not good. So it's like, again, you have to relearn everything. But the good thing about the muscle is muscle memory.
And the support system, how's Jabo, there's so many things that are affected. Because of the things you love doing, your therapy, kinda, right? Then you're facing the world without your armor.
Yeah.
How is it? I mean, how is, right? People around you, even work. I don't know how, if you can share.
Yeah. People around me were supportive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because then again, in as much as they are supportive, it's about me. Yeah.
Yes.
I had to get back to it.
Yes.
Yeah? I had to do something.
Because you had gym partners.
Yeah, I had gym partners and all that. So I had to, personally for me, I just said I need to get back on it. I need to do something. So I started gym, then they closed down the gyms. COVID hit.
Yes.
That's when I picked up cycling. Because I was like, now that there's no gym, I need to find something else to balance or to get me back on that.
Yeah.
Get me back to that. So back to exercising. So I started cycling during the COVID season, and never looked back since. I've never gone back to the gym ever since I started cycling.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now that I'm in this interview, I mean, I went online, researched about MG and everything, and MG is also, as you said, it affects your muscles, your neuromuscular, as you said. And there's much research about sports and MG. Many would say if you engage in sports, there's a fear of a relapse, or there's a fear of actually making it worse.
Yeah.
But here you are, right? 3 years after, and you're cycling. We've cycled together.
Yes.
Based in cycling. But you stopped the gym.
Yeah.
You stopped lifting. You stopped all those weightlifting in the gym. You stopped that. So you went into endurance sports. And with the double vision, with the attacks that you may have, you know, your limbs are functioning. 1 minute they're not functioning, but you're on the road with a bike, cycling, with all those things going on in your mind. Maybe something can happen. How is it? And why cycling? Because I'm thinking cycling would be the last thing.
Yeah. Because
cycling involves focus.
Yeah.
And it's endurance.
Yeah.
So your muscle gets weaker.
Yeah.
A lot is required from you.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I think this is one of those things. Some of the things you can't explain. I can just put it that way. Yeah. Because the way you've said it, I should not be cycling.
Yes.
Yet I'm cycling.
Yes.
So for me, funny enough, you'll find this funny. Yeah. I feel strong when I'm cycling. I literally feel strong when I'm cycling. So that's how I do it. And for me, it's some form. It's a kind of therapy.
Yeah.
It's therapeutic when you're on the road, you're cycling.
Yeah.
You know, I need to get to that destination.
Yeah.
You enjoy the journey in between.
Yeah.
And you need to be aware of your body. Yeah. Like for me, like when I'm cycling, I need to be aware. I don't just push. Like if someone passes me fast, I won't chase them down.
Okay.
Put it that way.
Okay.
Because I know myself.
Yes.
Yeah. There's no need for me to burn out. I need to pace myself.
Yeah.
To get to my destination. Yeah.
Okay.
So I go at my own pace. Yeah. I don't go at someone else's pace.
So you're saying you don't go hard?
I don't go hard.
You don't go all out?
It depends, but it depends on how I'm feeling on the day. Because again, some days you're strong, some days you're weak. Yeah. There's a guy I follow on IG. He's a cycling coach. He says the same thing. Sometimes, some days you're the hammer, some days you're the nail. Yeah. So every day is different. I can be strong on one day, I can be weak on one day, but that doesn't mean I don't.
When we were cycling together, you're definitely the hammer. By chasing you, I couldn't get to you.
That day was chosen.
Yeah.
That day was chosen.
Anyway, we'll get our revenge. Okay. So that's so you just made your decision to go into cycling. You're like, no, I have to go into sports. You chose cycling, and you're still doing basketball. And it has been good to you. I mean, there's no research, nothing about sports with MG.
With MG, okay, this is something that again it triggers. With MG, you find that stress sometimes triggers MG.
Yeah,
when you're stressed.
Okay.
Yeah, it might trigger MG. So when you find that when you're playing sports, you know, you're releasing that what's that thing called
endorphins or something.
Exactly. You're endorphins. You're releasing those good things. Yeah. That's why I cycle. Yeah. That's why I do basketball.
Yes.
That's why I also do yoga.
Yes.
Yeah. Because you might find it releases that stress if you had any.
Yes.
Yeah. It releases that tension.
Yes.
you feel stronger, you feel better, you feel happier. And yeah, that's what keeps me pushing.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know where sports takes you. I know once you do it in the morning, you feel like you can conquer the whole day. You do it in the evening, you sleep well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're doing at lunchtime to break
Yeah.
the monotony of sitting at the desk. So, yeah, interesting. So you went there without any medical approval or whatever.
No.
But as I say, you're a practitioner. By you practicing that, many can actually borrow a leaf from you and actually say, okay, I can continue engaging with the things I love doing. And as you said, listening to your body and, you know, finding a balance and continue doing what you love doing and, yeah, continue being normal.
Normal, so to speak.
Yeah. So, great. So, you know, we know of now the symptoms of myasthenia gravis, right? Which is fatigue and weakness. We've talked about cycling. So what can you really advise people with MG or anything similar in regards to sports, in regards to sports therapy, in regards to, you know, the wellness after MG? What can you say based on your experience? What can you tell guys?
Based on what I've gone through, and it's been a journey.
Yep.
All I can say is just try. Yeah, do something. It doesn't matter whatever you love doing, whether it's gym, whether it's football, whether you don't have to play the whole game.
Yes.
Yeah, like for me, even with cycling, when I started, I didn't start doing 155 kilometers.
Yes.
Yeah, I started by doing 10.
Yes.
Consistently, up it, double it, do 20 consistently. Progress. So it does take time. Yeah, they say Rome was not built in.
It's a process.
Yeah, exactly. It does take time.
Trust the process.
Trust the process. Yeah, it may take long. Some guys may not know what's going on. They may not understand why it's taking this long. But personally, you know what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
Yeah. It may take a month. It may take a year. It may take 2 years. So for me, it'll be what I can just tell those going through such, if anyone is going through any autoimmune condition or whatever they're going through. Yeah, just start somewhere.
As you said, again, MG is a lifelong.
Yes, it is.
Right? Yes, so even when you're engaging into cycling, you enter or you engage into cycling knowing that this is not a quick fix thing.
No.
This is a lifelong habit that I'm engaging on. So I'll be cycling or I'll be doing these sports forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not just one-off.
No.
Otherwise it doesn't help. Great. Now, you guys have an association.
Yes, we do.
When was it formed? Tell us about your association.
The group is called Myasthenia Gravis Society of Kenya. It was formed in, because I joined it in 2019.
Yeah,
I think 2018, 2019.
Yeah.
That's when it was formed. And basically what we do in the group, obviously, it's a support. Yeah, we offer each other support, because sometimes you might find no one else understands what you're going through. Yeah, like the people who have the condition you're going through. So we support each other, and even with the ride that we had this previous Saturday.
Yes.
Basically, it's to raise funds for those who can't afford the medicine. Because those medicines are pretty pricey. Yeah, so that's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to do with this.
Great. And also with that association, the people coming in who are new.
Yes.
Yeah. So of course, as you said, you only did the thymectomy because of the lady friend who had done it before.
Yeah.
So someone who has it now may see all you guys and may decide easily what to do.
Yeah.
What drugs to take.
Yeah.
Recommendations you may easily give them and share.
Yeah.
Which hospitals to go to, which
exactly.
doctors to see.
Exactly.
And now from us looking outside, from guys who don't have MG, how can we plug in, or how can we also be, part of the whole thing?
For Right now we have like June is the Myasthenia Gravis Awareness Month. Yeah,
Right.
that's why we have that. That's why we have that
The cycling event in June.
cycling event in June. Plus, it's the whole month, so we're actually raising funds till the end of the month.
Ah, okay.
I don't have the figures in front. I don't have that number, the pay bill,
Yes.
never in front of me. But
Yes.
like this month being the awareness month, basically just raising funds for the guys.
Because you could have a brother, you could have a sister, you
Yeah.
could have a mother, a father, or son, a daughter who has MG, and you don't necessarily you don't have it, but of course we are all affected, and support is both ways.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and again, your story is also feeding me, right? I'm okay. I'm sitting. I'm okay. And I'm, right, and I'm just laxing around, and you're there crushing it. I mean, you're going out there, you're cycling, you're doing all these things, and people who don't have any condition, are just sitting dark and waiting and thinking, as you said, you're bulletproof before, yeah, and now because of this, it makes you human. It makes you know that the present is very important.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. And tomorrow we have no idea. You have no idea how your body may tell you tomorrow or the next day, but you have to remain present, and we have to crush it today, every day.
Yeah.
And also for those guys who don't have it, this is, I mean, like for myself, this, I am actually feeding from your energy, from your vibe, from your story. And yeah, it's actually a good thing meeting. It was good meeting you at Nakuru.
Yeah.
You waiting for, I don't know, how long did you wait for me? An hour?
It wasn't an hour. It wasn't an hour.
Anyway, it was good. I heard your story, and immediately, immediately just came to me. We have to have this sit down and actually tell the world about MG. June is ending by, again, you can support after June.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's it. That's it for now. Shem Luchiri.
Yes.
Yeah. Any final words?
Final words. I'll just say, be in the present.
Yeah.
For me, one of the mantras I go by is, how you do one thing is how you do everything.
Yeah.
So whatever you do, go hard.
Okay.
That's it.
I'll ask you two things. Right. So you just pick one without thinking.
Okay.
Yeah? Just pick one.
Okay.
Right. LeBron James, Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
Steph Curry, KD.
Steph. No question.
Tade Bukacha, Matthew Van Der Poel.
Pogacar.
Bernard Pogacar.
Pogacar.
Biceps or triceps?
Both.
Legs, leg day or chest day?
I'd say leg day.
Cycling or running?
Cycling.
That's obvious.
Any day of the week. Cycling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dunking or 3 points? I don't know. I'm just
3 point. I'll go 3 points.
3 points.
Yeah.
Okay. Ugali or rice?
I'll go ugali. Let me go ugali.
Chicken, fish?
Chicken.
Cabbage.
I'm Luya.
Luchiri is a Western name.
It's Western.
Okay. Sukuma wiki, cabbage.
Sukuma wiki.
Luya, of course.
Yeah. The greens, man.
The greens all the way.
Greens all the way.
Okay, so that's just a trivia.
Okay.
It's just random. I like doing that.
Okay.
But glad to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Karibu again. Maybe we'll do this again.
Okay. Sure.
After a while. We'll see how things go. So
okay.
Good to have you.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
So that's it, guys. That's it. Thanks. Ah, Shem, that was nice.